Welcome to another session of English listening practice. Learning a new language, especially English, can feel like climbing a mountain sometimes, right? But remember, every step, every bit of practice makes you stronger and gets you closer to your goals. You are doing great just by being here and making the effort. Today, we have something really interesting for you. We're going to dive into some key ideas from a very popular book. Have you ever thought deeply about finding love or building strong, happy relationships that last? For many people, this is a big, important part of life. But sometimes it feels confusing, doesn't it? Like, how do you find the right person? Or how do you make a relationship work when things get difficult? There's a book that talks a lot about this. It's called How to Not Die Alone by Logan Ury. Yes, the title sounds a little strong maybe, but the book is actually a kind guide to help you understand relationships better and make smart choices in your search for a happy partner. The book suggests something really interesting. Maybe finding love isn't just magic or luck. It's not just about waiting to find that one perfect person. Instead, it's also about understanding yourself, understanding others, and actively building a connection. It says we often make common mistakes when looking for love, and understanding these mistakes can help us do better. It gives practical advice like how to plan a good first date, or how to decide if someone is truly right for you for the long term. It's like learning a skill for relationships. Is that a surprising idea for you? That finding love is something you can actually learn and improve at? That it's not just fate, but also effort and understanding? So many people want deep connection, but feel lost about how to find it. In this listening practice, we will listen to a summary of some of these important ideas from the book, How to Not Die Alone. Listening to this will help you practice understanding spoken English, and it might also give you some new and helpful thoughts about relationships. So get ready. Listen carefully. Try to understand the main points and the message. Don't worry about every single word. Just try to follow the ideas. What is the book trying to teach us about finding love? What are the common mistakes it mentions? What kind of advice does it give? Are you ready to improve your English listening and learn something potentially life-changing? Let's go! Chapter 1. Welcome to Better Dating. Why does it feel so hard to find the right person? Maybe you have tried many times, but nothing worked out. Or perhaps you meet people, but it doesn't go anywhere. It can feel like you are doing something wrong, but you don't know what it is. This feeling is very common. Many people feel lost or frustrated when they try to find love. They might think there are no good people left or that something is wrong with them. This first chapter, Welcome to Better Dating, begins by looking at why dating can feel so difficult. It explains that sometimes the reasons are inside us. We might have certain habits or ways of thinking that stop us from having good dating experiences. For example, maybe you always choose the same type of person, even if they are not good for you. Or maybe you feel nervous and don't show your true self. Sometimes we look for the wrong things in a partner, or we don't know how to build a strong connection. The chapter helps you see these things clearly. It also talks about how the world of dating has changed. With dating apps and so many options, it can sometimes feel overwhelming or confusing. It's not always easy to know where to look or how to make a real connection in the modern world. This chapter helps you understand these challenges too. It shows you that dating isn't just about luck. It's also about understanding yourself and learning how to navigate the dating world more effectively. This chapter is like a map. It shows you where you are now and explains why you might have faced difficulties in dating before. But it doesn't stop there. It also introduces you to a new way of thinking about dating. It promises to give you the tools and ideas you need to make dating a more positive and successful experience. It tells you what you will learn in the rest of the book. So, this chapter is the starting point. It helps you understand the problems you might have had. It makes you see that dating can be better. It prepares you for what comes next in the book, which is all about learning how to date in a smarter, more confident way so you can find the connection you are looking for. It sets the stage for you to learn how to move from struggling with dating to truly experiencing better dating. Chapter 2. Stop Making Mistakes. Do you think you know exactly what you need in a partner? Sometimes we have ideas about finding love that aren't actually helping us. They can make it feel much harder than it needs to be. It's like trying to find your way somewhere, but the map you're using is wrong. These wrong ideas can stop you from finding the right person, even if they are right in front of you. It's important to understand what these common mistakes are so you can stop making them. One common wrong idea is waiting for the one, someone who is completely perfect for you, like in fairy tales. The problem is nobody is perfect. Thinking you need a person who matches everything on an imagined list can mean you miss out on people who are really good and could make you happy. Real love isn't always a sudden perfect feeling. It often grows slowly with someone who is good for you, not necessarily perfect in every single way. Look for someone good enough that you can build a future with. Another mistake is having a very strict list of what your partner must be like. Maybe you say they must look a certain way, have a specific job, or like only certain hobbies. While it's good to know what you want generally, a list that is too long or too strict can be a problem. You might meet someone kind, funny, and interesting, but because they don't fit one small thing on your list, you don't give them a chance. People are more complex and wonderful than a simple checklist. Being open to people who are different from your list can lead to surprising and wonderful connections. Some people also believe finding love should be easy and always feel like it does in movies. You know, that instant, perfect spark where everything is simple and happy immediately. But real life is different. Finding a good partner takes effort. You might need to meet many people, have some dates that don't work out, and put yourself out there even when it feels a bit scary. It's okay if it's not a Hollywood story. Real, lasting connections often take time to build through shared experiences and understanding. Don't expect it to be effortless. Expect it to be real. So, instead of waiting for a perfect person, look for a good person you can grow with. Instead of a strict checklist, be open to different kinds of people and focus on how you connect. Instead of waiting for movie magic, be ready to make an effort and meet people, even if it feels imperfect. When you let go of these wrong ideas, you can see the world differently and have a much better chance of finding someone special. It's about changing how you think and act when you're looking for a partner. Chapter 3. The idea of the one. Okay, so have you ever thought about finding the one? You know, that one perfect person just for you somewhere in the world? This is a very romantic idea, right? Like a story from a movie. The idea that out of everyone in the world, there's just one single person who is absolutely, completely, perfectly right for you, like a key fitting only one special lock. But maybe this idea, this dream of finding the one, is actually not helping you. In fact, it might be stopping you from finding a happy relationship that is real. Think about it. If you believe there's only one perfect person, what happens? You might start looking for someone who is exactly what you imagine in your head. They have to be perfect in every single way, right? Because they are the one you've been waiting for. But let's be honest, nobody is truly perfect, right? Everyone, you, me, everyone we know has good points and maybe some things that are not so good. That's just being human. So, if you meet someone who is really nice, kind, funny, and you feel good and comfortable with them, but they aren't exactly like the perfect picture in your head, you might think, they are not the one. And sadly, you let them go. You might stop seeing them. Or maybe you are afraid to even try with someone new because you're waiting for that one special person who feels completely different, like magic from a movie, right from the first moment. Let's use an example. Imagine you meet someone and you really enjoy spending time with them. You have great conversations, you have fun together. But then you notice maybe they don't like the exact same music as you, or maybe they have a hobby you don't understand, or they like to keep their house more tidy than you do. If you believe in the one, you might see these small differences and think, this isn't perfect. This isn't the one I'm looking for. And you decide not to continue. But are these small things really the most important things for a happy future together? The truth is, there are many wonderful, good people in the world you could build a happy, strong, loving life with. Relationships aren't about finding perfection in one person. They are about finding a good person, someone kind, someone you respect, someone who respects you, someone who wants to try and grow with you, someone you can build something together with, piece by piece over time, even if they don't like the exact same music or have the exact same hobby sometimes. Believing in the one puts too much pressure on one person and on yourself. It makes you search for something that probably doesn't exist in real life. And sadly, it makes you miss real, good possibilities for love and happiness that could be right in front of you or just around the corner. It's like looking so hard for one specific star that you miss the chance to enjoy the whole beautiful night sky filled with many stars. Chapter 4. Choosing the Right People. Have you ever thought deeply about what makes a partner right for you? Many people find choosing a partner difficult. We often think about what we wish for on the surface, like someone who looks a certain way or likes the same movies. But this chapter is all about helping you think differently, looking deeper than just the first impression. It helps you understand how to think about finding someone who is a good match for a real, long-term relationship, not just for fun nights out. Think about what life is like every day with this person. Because a long relationship isn't just exciting holidays or parties. It's also quiet evenings at home, dealing with small problems together, supporting each other when things are difficult. So what kind of qualities are important when you spend a lot of time together? The chapter suggests focusing on things like kindness, honesty, trust, and being reliable. Can you count on them when you need help? Do they listen to you and try to understand how you feel? These everyday actions often matter more than grand romantic gestures. The chapter also encourages you to think about your own core values. What things are most important to you in life? It's good if your partner's main values are similar to yours, maybe about how important family is, or how they think about money, or helping others. These shared values can make a big difference in how you make decisions and build a life together. It also talks about compatibility, but not just about liking the same music or hobbies. It's more about how you communicate when you disagree, how you handle stress, and if you enjoy just being together, even when you're not doing anything special. It gives you tools to think past the first date excitement and see if someone is a good match for your real life for the long run. For example, imagine you really value saving money for the future, but your partner loves spending freely on fun things all the time. At first, this difference might seem small, but over many years, it could cause big disagreements and stress. Or if one person needs quiet time alone to feel good again after work, and the other gets energy from being around many people constantly, understanding and respecting these different needs is key. The chapter encourages you to think about these everyday habits and important qualities that build a strong connection over time. It's about making a thoughtful choice, looking beyond the surface to find someone who truly fits into your life and shares your vision for the future, helping you build a happy and lasting partnership. Chapter 5. Are you looking enough? Do you ever feel like you are trying to meet someone, but it just doesn't seem to work out? Maybe you go on dates or you talk to people online, but you don't feel like you are getting closer to finding a real connection? This feeling can be confusing, right? You think, I'm trying, why isn't it happening? Well, this chapter talks about something really important that might be the reason. It's not just about how much effort you are putting in, like spending many hours on apps or going to many social events. It's more about how you are using that effort. Are you trying in the right ways? Think of it like looking for a specific shop in a big city that you've never been to before. You could walk around for hours and hours, putting in a lot of walking effort. But if you are walking in the wrong part of the city, or if you are not looking at the street names or asking people, you might never find the shop, even after trying for a long time. Your effort is high, but your method isn't effective for your goal. Meeting people can be similar. Maybe you go to the same places every weekend, places where you already know everyone, or places where people aren't really looking to meet new people. Or maybe you use dating apps, but you just swipe without really looking at profiles or sending thoughtful messages. You are doing things, so you feel like you are trying enough. But is this activity effectively putting you in front of people who could be a good match for you? Are these activities helping you show your personality and connect with others? This part of the book helps you stop and think about your search strategy. It asks you to look honestly at where you are spending your time and how you are acting. It encourages you to think about the kinds of people you hope to meet and then consider where those people might spend their time. For instance, if you want to meet someone who enjoys outdoor activities, are you spending your free time indoors, or are you joining hiking groups, running clubs, or volunteer events in parks? It also challenges you to think about being more open and ready to connect when you are in social situations. Are you looking at your phone all the time, or are you looking around, smiling, and ready to start a simple conversation? Trying in the right ways also means being approachable and putting a little effort into starting interactions. So the main idea is to move from just trying hard to trying smart. It's about making sure your effort is directed towards places and activities that actually increase your chances of meeting compatible people, and about being actively engaged when you are in those situations. It's a checkup on your dating life, not just asking, am I busy enough, but am I looking in the right places and in the right way? This chapter helps you do that checkup and maybe find a better path forward. Chapter 6. Know what you need. Have you ever thought about what kind of person you want to be with? Most of us have some ideas, right? Maybe you imagine someone who is tall or funny, or maybe has a really interesting job, or loves the same music as you. These are often the things we want in a partner. They can be nice qualities, and they might make the first date exciting. But this chapter asks us to think differently. It says it's very important to know what you need in a partner, and that this is not always the same as what you want. So, what's the difference between a want and a need in a relationship? Wants are often about the outside, like how someone looks, their hobbies, or maybe things they own. They can feel important at first, like wanting someone who loves to travel as much as you do. That's a want. It would be nice, but is it something you truly need for a happy, long-term relationship? Needs are different. Needs are about the inside. They are the really basic, important qualities that make a relationship work well and feel good every day for many years. Think about things like kindness. Do you need a partner who is kind, not just to you, but to other people too? Do you need someone who is honest, someone you can truly trust? How about reliability? Do you need a partner who you can count on, who does what they say they will do? Good communication is often a need. Can you talk openly with this person? Can you share your feelings and can they listen? What about sharing important values? Do you need a partner who has similar ideas about basic life things like family or how to handle money or what is truly important in life? These are needs. They are the foundation of a strong relationship. Why is focusing on needs so important? Because wants might change over time. Someone's job might change, or their hobbies might change, or their look might change. But basic qualities like kindness, honesty, and reliability are usually more stable. They are the things that help you get through difficult times together and build a life based on trust and respect. Think about it like building a house. Wants are like the color of the paint or the style of the furniture, nice things that make it look good. Needs are like the strong foundation and the solid walls, the things that make the house stand strong during a storm. You need the foundation more than the paint color. So, the chapter encourages you to think deeply about what you really need to feel happy, safe, and loved in a relationship. Not just what sounds good or what others say is important, but what truly matters for your well-being and the health of a partnership. Maybe think about past relationships or even difficult times in your life. What did you need from the people around you then? This can give you clues about your fundamental needs in a partner. Knowing your needs clearly helps you look past the surface when you meet someone new. It helps you see if their basic character and values are a good fit for you beyond just shared hobbies or physical attraction. It's about finding someone whose core qualities align with what you need to build a lasting, loving connection. Chapter 7. Where to search. Have you ever asked yourself, where can I actually meet someone nice? This part is all about helping you answer that question. It suggests we need to think bigger than just one place or one way to look for a partner. While using dating apps is common and many people do it, this chapter encourages you to explore many different possibilities. It's like trying to find a specific type of shop. You wouldn't just look on one street, right? You check different areas, maybe ask friends, look online, and so on. Meeting someone is similar. One of the best places to search is in areas connected to your interests and hobbies. Think about the things you love to do in your free time. Do you enjoy painting, hiking, playing a sport, learning a language, or maybe volunteering for a cause? Join groups, classes, or clubs related to these activities. Why? Because you immediately have something in common with the other people there. You already share a passion. It makes starting a conversation easy. You can talk about the activity itself. For example, if you join a cooking class, you can chat with people while you're chopping vegetables or tasting the food. If you're in a hiking group, you share the experience of being outdoors and can talk about the trail. These situations feel more natural and less pressured than a typical first meeting. Another great avenue is through your existing friends and social circle. Your friends know you well, and they often know other people who might be a good match for you. Don't be afraid to let your friends know you're open to meeting someone. They might think of someone they know and offer to introduce you. Meeting someone through friends often feels more comfortable because there's a level of trust already there. You know that your friend thinks this person is a good person. Attending parties or social gatherings that your friends organize is also a simple way to meet new people in a relaxed setting. The chapter also talks about being more open and observant in your daily life. You don't have to be actively searching everywhere you go, but simply being friendly and approachable can open doors. Maybe it's striking up a conversation with someone at a coffee shop, or at the gym, or even in a park. It's about being present and open to possibilities that might appear when you're not specifically looking. Trying different things is key. Don't just stick to one method that isn't working. Maybe try a specific hobby group for a few months, then attend some social events through friends, while also keeping your dating app profile active. The more different places and ways you look, the higher your chances of meeting someone you connect with. It takes effort, but by actively putting yourself in new situations and being open to meeting people through various channels, you increase your opportunities significantly. It's about expanding your search area and being ready for connection wherever it might appear. Chapter 8. Meeting and Talking. Do you sometimes feel a little nervous when you meet new people? Maybe you don't know what to say or how to start talking with someone new. Many people feel this way. It's a common feeling. But meeting and talking is important if you want to connect with others, whether it's for friendship or something more. This chapter is all about making that first step easier. It understands that starting a conversation can feel difficult, but it gives you simple ideas, not difficult rules, to help you. Think about it like this. Starting a conversation doesn't need to be perfect or amazing. It's just about opening the door a little bit to let a connection begin. The chapter talks about how to open that door without feeling like you have to be a great talker right away. So, what are some simple ways the chapter suggests? Maybe it's just saying hello with a smile and your name, or asking a very simple question about the place you are in or the event you are both at, like, have you been here before? Or what do you think of the music? Or commenting on something you can both see. These are small things, very basic, but they can make the other person feel comfortable and open the way for more talking. After you start, the chapter helps you think about how to keep the talk going a little bit in an easy way. It's not about needing to have a deep discussion immediately. It's more about showing you are interested in the other person. Listening well is a big part of this. When they answer your simple question, really listen to what they say. And asking simple follow-up questions can help too. Like if they say, "No, it's my first time here," you could ask, "Oh, really? How did you hear about it?" Or "What made you decide to come tonight?" It also suggests finding something small you might have in common, even if it's just liking the same food at the party or having a friend in common. Sharing something short and simple about yourself also helps build a connection. It makes it feel like a two-way street. These simple ideas work because they are natural and low pressure. They don't make things feel strange or forced. When you use these methods, it takes away some of the pressure of thinking you need to be very clever or funny. Meeting people can start to feel less scary and more possible. You learn that small steps and simple, genuine interactions can lead to nice conversations, even if they are short. For example, imagine you are at a coffee shop or a class and you see someone sitting alone you might like to talk to. Instead of worrying about the perfect thing to say, you could just walk over and say, "Hi, is this seat free?" with a friendly smile. If they say yes, maybe you could follow up with a simple observation like, "This coffee shop is always so busy." See, that's a very simple start. It might lead to a short chat about coffee, or maybe nothing more. And that's okay. The goal is just to start, not to become best friends in 5 minutes. But sometimes that small beginning can grow into a longer talk, or even a new friendship later on. It's like learning any new skill, like riding a bike or cooking. The more you try these simple ways to meet and talk, the easier and more comfortable they become. This chapter gives you the tools to start practicing those first easy steps. Remember, it's about taking those first small steps to meet and talk and seeing where they can lead. Chapter 9, Deciding if they're good. Have you ever met someone and felt that initial spark or excitement, but then wondered if they could actually be good for you in the long run? This part is all about figuring out how to look past those first feelings and really decide if someone could be a good match for your life. Sometimes when we first meet someone, we are swept up in the fun or the chemistry, and it's easy to ignore things that might be important later. This chapter helps you slow down and think more clearly about the person in front of you. It's not just about asking yourself, do I like them, but are they good for me, and could we build something good together? It guides you to think about key things like their character. Are they kind? Are they honest? Are they reliable? Meaning, do they do what they say they will? How do they treat other people, not just you, but like their family, their friends, or even someone serving them in a restaurant? Looking at how someone treats others can tell you a lot about who they really are when the first date pressure is off. It also talks about seeing if your basic values and how you see life are similar. Do you both want similar things for the future? Do you have similar ideas about important things like family, work, or how you want to live your life? This chapter encourages you to look for the good signs, sometimes called green flags, which show someone is potentially a supportive and healthy partner. But it also helps you spot the warning signs, the red flags that you shouldn't ignore because they might cause problems later. It's about looking at patterns in their behavior, not just one or two small things, to get a better idea of their true personality and how they handle life's challenges. A big part of deciding if someone is good for you is also paying attention to how you feel when you are with them. Do you feel safe? Do you feel like you can be yourself without pretending? Do you feel respected and heard? This section gives you practical ways to observe and think about all these different parts of a person and your connection with them. It helps you move from just hoping someone is right to actively evaluating if they have the qualities that could make them a genuinely good partner for you in the long run. It's about making a thoughtful decision based on real signs, not just the first rush of feelings. Chapter 10, From Dating to Relationship. Do you want to move from just seeing someone to building a real relationship? Sometimes you might be dating a nice person, you have fun, but you're not sure what the next step is. Moving from casual dating to a true relationship is a journey, and it has some important parts. It's not just magic, it takes effort and clear communication from both people involved. First, you need to spend real time together. Not just quick dates or seeing each other once a week. See how you are when you're relaxed, maybe at home, doing everyday things, or spending a whole weekend together. This time helps you see if you fit well together in different situations. As you spend more time, it's very important to talk. Talk about your feelings. How do you feel about them? How do they feel about you? Are you both enjoying the time you spend together and how things are going? Sharing how you feel honestly helps you both understand if you are on the same page and if you both want the same things. A big step on this path is deciding to be exclusive. This means you both agree to only date each other and not see other people romantically anymore. This conversation can feel a little scary for some people, but it's a necessary step to move forward. You might say something simple like, I really like spending time with you, and I don't want to date other people right now. How do you feel about that? Or, are you interested in being exclusive? It's important to hear their answer clearly and make sure you both agree. If you both want this, it's a strong sign you are moving forward towards a relationship. After you are exclusive, you often need to define the relationship more clearly. Are you girlfriend and boyfriend? Are you partners? Giving your relationship a name makes it clear for both of you and for people around you, like your friends and family. This conversation confirms you are a couple now, not just dating casually anymore. It shows a bigger commitment to each other. Then you often start bringing your lives together more. This commonly means meeting each other's close friends and sometimes family members. Introducing someone to your close circle shows they are becoming a significant part of your life and that you are serious about them. Another key part of building a relationship is starting to make future plans together. This doesn't mean planning your whole lives together right away. It could be planning a trip together next month, agreeing to go to a friend's wedding in a few months, or talking about how you will spend holidays later in the year. Making these kinds of plans shows that you both see each other in your future and that you are building a life together, not just living separate lives that sometimes cross paths. Building a real relationship is also about building deep trust. You need to be reliable, honest, and support each other when things are good and when they are difficult. Trust grows over time when you show up for each other and act with kindness and respect. And speaking of difficult times, real relationships sometimes have problems or disagreements. It's how you handle these moments together that really matters. Learning to talk about problems calmly, listen carefully to each other's point of view, and work together to find solutions is a very important part of building a strong, lasting bond that can handle life's challenges. So, moving from dating someone to being in a true relationship is a process with several important steps. It involves spending quality time together, having open and honest talks about feelings and exclusivity, clearly defining what you are to each other, mixing your lives a little by meeting important people, planning for the future together, building strong trust, and learning to solve problems as a team. It takes effort and communication from both people, but when you are both ready and willing, you can build something real, loving, and strong. Chapter 11. Building a Strong Bond. Have you ever thought about how to make your relationship not just last, but really feel happy and strong for a long time? It's something many people want, but it doesn't just happen by magic. To have a relationship that stays happy and healthy, you need to actively work on building a strong connection, like building something piece by piece over time. This means putting in effort and paying attention to your partner and the relationship itself. Sometimes, when we are together for a while, we forget to do the things that brought us close in the first place. This part is all about simple but important ideas to keep that bond strong and full of happiness. Building a strong connection means you both feel safe, understood, and loved. It involves learning how to talk to each other about your feelings and needs, even when things are difficult. Good communication isn't just talking. It's also about really listening to your partner and trying to understand their point of view. It's also important to spend quality time together, doing things you both enjoy, or just being present with each other without distractions. This helps you feel connected and remember why you chose to be together. Another big part is supporting each other, both when things are good and when they are hard. Being there for your partner shows them they are important to you. Showing appreciation is also key to a happy relationship. It's easy to notice big things, but often it's the small things that matter most. For example, maybe your partner always makes coffee in the morning, or they helped you with a difficult task. Simply saying thank you and showing you noticed these small efforts makes a big difference. It shows your partner you don't take them for granted and that you appreciate what they do. These small acts of kindness and appreciation build positive feelings in the relationship every day. It's like putting small, positive experiences into a bank account for your relationship. Over time, these small acts add up to a lot and make the bond much stronger. It's true that sometimes you will have disagreements or face problems. No relationship is perfect all the time. But how you handle these challenges together is also part of building a strong bond. Learning to disagree respectfully, forgive mistakes, and find solutions together makes the relationship more resilient. It shows that you are a team and you can get through tough times together. So remember that building a strong and happy relationship is a continuous journey. It takes consistent effort, kindness, good communication, and making time for each other. It's about choosing to be a supportive and appreciative partner every day. Chapter 12. Keeping Love Alive. Have you ever wondered how some couples manage to stay happy together for many, many years? It's a question lots of people ask. The truth is, keeping love alive over a long time isn't something that just happens by magic or by luck. It takes work, but it's good work, and it's worth it. Think about a beautiful plant. If you want it to stay green and grow, you need to water it, give it sunlight, and maybe even give it some food sometimes, right? If you forget about it, it will start to look sad and might even die. Relationships are similar. They need regular care and attention to stay strong and healthy. Life changes a lot as time passes. Maybe you start a new job, or you move to a new house, or you have children. These big changes and even the small everyday things can take your time and energy. Your partner changes too, and you change. What was important to you both 10 years ago might be different now. Because of all these changes, the way you connect and support each other needs to change a little bit too, or at least be active and mindful. So, what does this work look like? It's not usually about big, difficult things every day. Often, it's about doing many small, positive things consistently. For example, it could be making sure you really listen when your partner is talking, even if you're tired. Or maybe it's thanking them for something specific they did, like cleaning up or making you laugh. It could be planning a regular date night, even if it's just staying home and cooking together without your phones. It's important to make time to talk about your feelings and your day, not just about plans or problems. Another important part is how you handle disagreements. Every couple has arguments sometimes, that's normal. But working on your relationship means trying to talk about problems calmly, trying to understand your partner's side, and finding ways to solve things together as a team instead of fighting against each other. It's about learning to say sorry and learning to forgive. It's also about showing your partner that you appreciate them and that you are there for them when they need you, both in happy times and difficult times. Staying curious about each other is key too. Even after years, keep asking questions and learning new things about the person you love. All these actions, big and small, help to build a stronger connection and keep the love feeling fresh and alive as the years go by. Chapter 13. Your Path to Love. Have you ever thought about how you can take everything you learn about dating and relationships and actually use it to find the happy love you're looking for? That's a big question, right? And that's exactly what this part is all about. Think of everything you've explored so far. You've probably learned some interesting things about yourself, maybe about your habits in dating, what you really need in a partner, or perhaps why some past relationships didn't work out as you hoped. You've also learned about understanding others better and identifying healthy connections. Now, this chapter is like the moment where you gather all those pieces of learning. It's about putting all that understanding together like finishing a puzzle so you can see the whole picture clearly. Finding a happy, lasting relationship isn't always a simple one-step process. It's much more like a journey, a path you walk step by step. This path might not always be perfectly smooth. There might be moments that are exciting and fun, and other times that feel a bit challenging or slow. But the important thing is that you are on the path and you are moving forward. This chapter helps you feel ready for this journey ahead. It's about looking forward to finding love with hope, confidence, and a positive attitude, knowing you have the tools to navigate it. So, how do you actually walk this path and use everything you've learned? It's about putting your new understanding into practice in your real life. For example, if you discovered you often let small things scare you away from potentially good people too quickly, you can make a conscious effort to be more open-minded on dates. If you learned what unhealthy signs, sometimes called red flags, look like, you can be more aware and make different choices when you meet new people. This chapter encourages you to actively try new ways of dating and connecting, to change old habits that didn't serve you well, and to use your self-awareness to guide your actions. It's also important to remember that, like any journey, the path to finding love can sometimes feel difficult. You might meet people who aren't a good match for you, you might feel disappointed sometimes, or maybe you'll just feel tired of dating. This is a normal part of the process for many people. This chapter helps you prepare for these moments. It encourages you to keep going even when things are tough. It reminds you to use what you've learned, perhaps to understand why something didn't work out, or to remember what you are truly looking for, and to stay persistent. The idea is to keep trying, keep learning from every experience, and not give up on your goal. Ultimately, this chapter is about feeling ready and looking forward to building a happy relationship. It's not just about avoiding being alone. It's about finding a meaningful and joyful connection with someone. By understanding yourself better and having a clearer idea of what makes a relationship healthy and happy, you are well prepared to find, build, and keep that kind of love. This part helps you feel excited for the future of your love life and confident that you are on your unique path towards a happy partnership.